we touch upon how the footwork incorporates into Sagang Labo, right? So if Dan here decides he's going to throw a straight punch, I'm probably going to go offline using my female triangle, right? Go offline, parry, give me a little extra breath. I'm not just going to parry, right? And just hope I don't get hit. But if he decides to break his elbow over, I'm going to get nailed. So if you throw the punch and I parry, then I could move offline. I can now have a better position of what I want to do, right? To implement my elements of Kasuga, etc. Now, a hot topic on the internet is Sabayan, which means at the same time or simultaneous, right? Which usually means that with a strike, I could defend and counter-strike at the same time, right? Low line and strike. You see this with the knife, right? If Dan thrusts, I'm moving offline with that hack. It's still the same technique I use in my Sagang Labo. So if you throw even if you throw that punch or thrust, I'm still moving offline so I can get my hack into place. The only difference is now I'm going to go boom, now I can fire back. And this motion, if he was to give up to the front hook shot, right? This acts as a frame. So now the elements of your elbow here, your siko, boom, when you defend. So why this? Yes, I could thrust, but there's a very unlikely chance that you get this perfect in a very high speed situation. What if he thrusts? I'm right there. Now I'm there, or I'm there. Now, of course, if it's reverse grip, I could get that cut in and fire back. Make sense? So let's look at the elements of this. So a lot of people say Sabayan, or a lot of these have their own elements. Sabayan, Sagang Labo, knife tapping, right? But they're all part and parcel of the same system. So they're all interrelated. So even when he throws his low line thrust, I can still check here, right? I know there's a strike possibly coming. So I can come in, I can check, go back to my revolve, maneuver outside. Does that make sense? It's not. So if you look at it, if he goes high line, right? I might go this way for the Sagang Labo, right? Which is literally, you thrust, you come back for reverse thrust, come down for low line thrust, it's your knife tapping. Knife tapping literally comes from Sagang Labo. When you incorporate the elements of Sabayan, it now becomes more counteroffensive. He throws boom here, fires back, boom, goes low, boom, comes back that way, boom, he goes back low, right? Strike. I come back here, take that motion. When he fires a strike again, and let's say I'm using my knife, again, use my knife tapping, right here. He drops down, he goes low again. I can switch to my Sabayan. Again, moving with my footwork. This doesn't work without footwork. You have to work. Your body has to move. Footwork equals body dynamics. So if you don't move, it'll be a very painful couple of minutes after you bleed out from your femoral artery shooting out of you, right? So you have to move. You thrust, you gotta move offline. Finish it. Right? You gotta move offline. You thrust again. Move offline. Right? So again, footwork is incorporating it, and now we're touching upon the Sabayan, which is still part of Sagang Labo. Move your arm out of the way. Right? And this Sabayan, the base form, right? Then go for the lateral shots. Then go for the suntings. And go into your etikete. You can see there's a lot of strength within your Sagang Labo. If you throw just this, that alone stings. Right? When they start adding structure to it, this hurts more. Right? Once I apply Sabayan principle and Sagang Labo together, whoosh, that's what hurt the most. From there, I have my options. I could escape, counter, or I can counter strike straight from there. Make sense? Alright? I hope this information helps. If you have any other questions, please let us know. We'll be more than happy to address them.